Scaling your law firm doesn't have to be difficult. It's all about mastering a few key strategies, systems, and mindsets. Welcome to the Scalable Law Podcast, where we talk about how you can increase profit in your pocket and time in your calendar. My name is Carolee Fontanelli, and I have successfully scaled my firm so that it doesn't solely rely on me. Now I love teaching other law firm owners how to do the same. Let's transform your business starting now. Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Scalable Law Podcast. I'm super excited that you are here today. I'm not sure where you are tuning in from, maybe a walk, maybe the car. I tend to listen to podcasts when I am driving. That is when I love to get all this information in. So wherever you are tuning in from today, I hope that you are having a great day. Today, I wanted to talk to you about marketing and what to do before you start marketing. I have onboarded a couple of really great clients into the Accelerator program this week, and one of the issues that they are having is that they are struggling to get clients in the door as their firm grows, because Accelerator program firms are generally larger, closer to $1 million plus turnover. They still need to get more work in the door. And what worked for them before, which was probably a handful of referrals, isn't necessarily enough to fill the file load of multiple lawyers on their team. So it is a real stress to them in terms of getting work through the door. They also have a lot of systems and processes and things like that that they need to resolve and fix as well, which is really important because you can't keep building your team with more clients if everything is going to break. So this week we have set up a strategy with one of the wonderful clients in the program where she is going to fix a few things before she starts onboarding new clients. And I know that can feel, it's a bit boring, isn't it, really? Like, let's face it, you just want to do the exciting stuff and start seeing the results straight away. It's kind of like planting a garden. You've got to get all the dirt right first. I know with my garden out the back, I've got 2 planter boxes, and I went to Bunnings and did the cheap thing in one of the planter boxes and put cheap Bunnings dirt into the planter boxes. And honestly, nothing will grow in those planter boxes. And it's frustrating, and I know that it's my fault. The other planter box next to it, I invested in more expensive dirt, and everything takes off and lasts a lot longer in there. So it's exactly the same with our marketing. If you don't get your foundations right, then you really aren't going to see the result that you want. And while getting your foundations right sounds a bit boring, just like filling your planter box with dirt, you want to go the cheap, fast route. And you want to, quickly get to the point. But the problem is that if you do that, you're going to waste so much money on marketing agencies and efforts without any results. Just like me in my garden, where I go to Bunnings, I spend $100 on a whole lot of herbs and veggies, and they just die because they are not being planted into the right foundations. And so this is exactly the same with your marketing strategies. So let's talk about what it is that we need to do. And I know as a law firm owner, you're driven by the desire to help more clients and to grow your practice. And when your practice is starting to take off, you do want to, get more work in the door as quickly as possible. But one of the common pitfalls that I find as I'm talking to lots of law firm owners is that they face investing time and money into marketing that does not return what they hoped it would. And the reason for that is that their marketing message is really too broad and they lack clarity on who they are targeting. Now, it can feel like a little bit of a backward step to stop and actually do this work, but it's absolutely worth it and makes all of the difference. And even if, for example, you're in one practice area and you feel like you have your niche sorted, you'll probably find that there's a huge range of clients that you could be targeting. So for example, in family law, and I will talk about family law simply because this is, my firm's family law, and I've done a lot of work on really refining who we're targeting. In family law, there's a whole range of different people, right from, say, 25 to 80, and we've got people with property, without property, we've got people with children, without children, and then we've got a range of issues surrounding family law, such as domestic violence and child support, binding financial agreements, parenting, and property division. But not every single one of those issues are issues that we want to solve. And the reason that we don't want to solve all of those issues is that some of those issues simply don't yield fruitful clients and they're not profitable. So if you are, for example, attracting 100 clients to your law firm and 80 of them are parenting matters who need legal aid and you don't offer legal aid, you've got a problem. And this is exactly the problem that I had in my practice, which is why I've worked really hard on refining who it is that we're trying to attract. So let's explore how you can refine your marketing strategies to attract more clients efficiently and ensuring that your investment pays off and your firm scales to new heights. So the importance of a targeted marketing message is this. Imagine you're casting a wide net in the ocean, right? And you're hoping to catch as many fish as possible. While you get some bites, you're more likely to catch the fish that you want if you're using specific bait designed for them. And it's exactly the same principle when it comes to your marketing efforts. Oh, I'm full of analogies today, aren't I? The garden, the fishing, back to nature, Carolee. But you get my point, right? And that makes total sense. So it's exactly the same with your law firm marketing. So if you want to catch a sprat, you're going to need to use a small hook with the right bait. If you're going to want to catch a shark, you're going to probably need a big hook with some live bait on it, for example. So we need to work out in your law firm what bait you need to be putting out there in order to catch the clients that you want to catch. But if you don't even know what that client looks like or what problem you're trying to solve, and you think, well, any client will do, you've got a problem, because you're going to end up just casting a big net and it may not catch anything at all, or it may catch seaweed, it may catch, no one wants to catch seaweed, it may catch some octopus, and it may catch a good fish, for example. So a broad message, it might not reach the right audience and it might not resonate deeply with anyone. And this is where the problem really comes to play. Because to truly connect with potential clients, your message needs to be precise, addressing their specific needs, challenges, and problems that you are going to be solving for them. When you are targeted in that way, what it does is it lands on the ears, just like the bait, where you've got the particular bait in the ocean and the fish is like, oh, that's awesome, that's perfect, I love that, I can eat that, that's my type of fish or my type of, meal. So when we are putting our marketing message out there, we need it to resonate on the ears of our desired client, as well as on the ears of our desired referral partner who can then refer us work as well. Now, I know what you're thinking. Because I have these conversations with so many lawyers every single week when I'm doing strategy calls and clients, and it can be scary thinking that you are going to be turning people away or not having your marketing message that might capture a wider audience. The reality is that niching absolutely works and targeting absolutely works. I've helped more than 250 law firms. The ones that are successful, they really do get this part right. It becomes so much easier for them to hook the right clients. And I want you to be able to do this as well. So let's talk about the steps. So the first step is to define your target audience. So here we need to identify your client profile. Now, the best way to do all of this work is to really get your journal out and really think about the clients that you've served best. So I always say to my clients, think about your best client in the last 12 months. What made them the best client? What was it about their matter? Was it a particular industry that they worked in? Was it a particular type of fight that they were in? Was it a particular age bracket or type of family or business that they were in? What was it about their matter that made their matter really great for your law firm? What were their common legal issues? So what problems were you solving for them and other clients who were similar? What demographics do they fall in? So this is going to really help you profile them and help you to tailor a message around their matter that will attract similar clients. Also, once you identify their profile, you're also probably going to be able to locate them a whole lot better, which is really helpful as well. Because if you can locate them, say they are hanging out on LinkedIn or they are hanging out on Instagram, it means that you can go all in on these platforms rather than casting again your message real wide, exhausting yourself, and then ending up not doing anything at all. So the next thing and step in defining your target audience is to really understand their pain point. You need to understand their pain point more than they understand their pain point. So what problem is it that you solve for them? Like, where are they at? How are they feeling? Are they frustrated? Are they angry? Do they feel ashamed? Do they feel that it's unfair? How is it that they feel, and what are those negative feelings that they are really facing right now? Because those negative feelings and those challenges that they are facing, this is what you are going to help them move on from, and you're going to help them move on to positive feelings of security or relief or happiness. So what are the feelings that they have associated with their pain points, and what are their pain points? And understanding this will really help you to craft a message that speaks to their needs directly. So this is really, really, really important that you know their pain points. The other thing that you can do here, so number 3, is working out your client journey. So thinking about it like this: they're in the land of unhappy, and think about it like a river. And they're on one side of the river and they want to be on the other side of the river, the land of happy. Happy, safe, secure, it's in the past, they've got hope again, all of those kinds of things. And what you are doing is providing them stepping stones. So the stepping stones might be starting with whatever content you're putting out there. Then the stepping stones are an initial appointment, and then the stepping stones are retaining, and then the stepping stones are during the matter, and then finalizing the matter. And finally, you're getting them across to the other side. And so map that out in a lot of detail, because it will really help you to also understand at what points in the client's journey, in their pain, are they coming to see you. This will really help you to be able to target them on a whole new level. So that's step 1, is to really define your target audience. Now, next up, we need to craft compelling marketing messages. So the thing is that, and I'll tell you a story about my firm. We were running ads, I had content, I was doing SEO, all of those kinds of things. And our ads were successful and our SEO was successful, but not for my ideal client. So we would get a lot of phone calls with people who were really just wasting our time, such as people who wanted to make inquiries about child support debt or parenting matters involving them requiring legal aid. We don't do those matters or run those matters simply because they're not profitable. That's not our ideal client. We're a private practice law firm, and a private practice law firm in family law, we need to attract clients who are in deep pain, in terms of not knowing their financial future because their money is all tied up in their marriage and they are not amicable. That is really, who we need to be attracting. People who in family law who are amicable are not our ideal client. They might be if you were wanting to specialize in just doing, say, consent orders, but that's not our firm. And so we were getting all these phone calls and it was really frustrating me because I couldn't work it out. And then I decided to investigate a little bit. I had an agency. So I went into the back end of my Google ads and it made complete sense why we were getting these kinds of calls. And it was because the ads were targeting these people. They weren't targeting our ideal client. And that was my fault because I had left it in the hands of an agency without putting any effort myself into my target audience and relaying that to the agency and then helping them to create compelling marketing messaging. You've got to remember, agencies are not experts at what we do and the problems that we solve. So we need to become experts at that messaging. The other place that the messaging helps is not just ads, but it's also how you are communicating when you are out at networking and things like that. So it is really important work that you do this and not leave it to an agency. So the next thing is crafting a compelling marketing message. So that is, once you know who you are targeting, then you can target them via messaging that's going to draw them in. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that with your marketing message, you are very clear and specific. That means avoiding legal jargon and being very general. You need to use clear, concise language that speaks directly to your audience's concerns and pain points. Don't just say on your website or on your social media, our firm's different because we cut out all the legal jargon. The reality is that you don't need to be saying that if you actually are just cutting out the legal jargon. Just speak directly to your client's pain points. Do not speak to them in any way, shape or form in a legalized way or trying to be clever when it comes to marketing. In that moment, when you are casting the net or you've got the fishing line out, you are not a lawyer, you are a marketer. And so you need to think like the client and think about if they have a pain point and they are sitting at home and they don't know anyone to be referred to, they're going to hop on Google. What are they going to be putting into Google? A lot of people who have issues and need help with a legal matter don't even know where to start looking. They just think all lawyers do the same work, but we know that that's not right. So it's our role to really speak to their pain points. We can also craft the marketing messaging using successful stories. So nothing builds trust like proven results. So share successful stories of clients that you have helped with similar issues. You can, of course, do it with fake names or whatever it is to protect your client. But all of that will really help when it comes to crafting a compelling marketing message. So think about the headlines that your clients are actually thinking about. So in family law, they are thinking about things like who gets what when we do our financial separation. That's pretty simple, isn't it? Who gets what? Is it correct that everyone gets 50-50? Do I get 50-50? Use that kind of language, which is not legalistic. That's going to help attract the clients because they are going to be looking on the internet and they are going to be looking for where they are at. So the next component here when it comes to targeting your client is to implement a targeted marketing strategy. So you need to choose the right channels. There's no point marketing on TikTok if your people are not hanging out at TikTok. There's no point spending a lot of money on radio ads if it's going to fall on deaf ears. Make sure that you are choosing the right channels. So not all marketing channels are created equally, that is for sure. So determine where your clients are most active, like whether it's social media, whether it's industry specific, could be even conferences if you're a B2B, networking events or webinars are some quick ideas. Next up, you need to make sure that you test and tweak. Marketing your law firm isn't a set and forget endeavor. It does take continual testing and measuring the strategies as you go. Now, something that I come across all the time is law firm owners who have tried different marketing strategies for a short period of time and they say it didn't work. There are so many amazing ways of marketing your firm that do work, but if you have only tested it for 2 months and you didn't tweak it and it was just a loss, then you are going to feel really disappointed and gutted. Remember that this is a tweak and test. I spent years tweaking my ads, for example, and now they run so amazingly well. But there's lots and lots of strategies around ads, and every agency is going to have a different strategy. So once you've got your target right, your marketing message right, you also then need to choose the right channels and test and measure it and make sure that it is working well for you. And then next up is really monitoring your metrics when you're implementing your marketing strategy as well. So many firms, in fact, most don't do this, and you absolutely need to do this. Otherwise, you're just wasting your money. So everyone in the Scalable Business Lounge and Accelerator program, I have set up to test and measure their marketing metrics so that they can make sure that their campaigns are effective. And they know exactly where their leads are coming from, what their conversion rates are, what the cost of the client acquisition is, how many leads they require to get in the door. If there are leads coming in that are not quality leads, why? So that we can tweak the ads to make sure that we tighten that part up a lot. So there's a lot of ways we can use our metrics to really ensure that our efforts are paying off. So wrapping up, honestly, by narrowing your focus, I know that it's scary, but by narrowing it, trust me, and delivering a targeted marketing message, you're not only going to attract more clients, but more of the right clients, a perfect fit for you. Imagine that best client just for 1 minute that you had in the last 12 months. Imagine your firm being filled with those clients. If you want to fill your firm with those clients, this is the approach. The targeted approach will lead to better client relationships, increased client satisfaction, and increased satisfaction for you as a law firm owner. You're going to be making a lot more profit, and ultimately you're going to be getting a lot more referrals and repeat business. It's great all round. When your marketing is effective, you free up time and resources, and you also have a lot better cash flow and predictability, especially when you're monitoring your metrics as well. You can turn things on and off like a tap, and it works absolutely beautifully. So this really does pave a way for sustainable growth as well, and allows you to enjoy a lot more freedom, knowing that your firm is constantly bringing in new clients every single week. So if you're ready to put in place a strategy like this, do not let a broad marketing message hold your firm back. Get niched, get in there, learn who your target is, and get that messaging right. I can absolutely help you with this. So let's work out and create a targeted strategy together. You are more than welcome to hop on a 10-minute call with us, and we will be able to help you out. If you are a good fit for a strategy call, we'll get you into a strategy call. It's totally free, and we will discuss with you how you can unlock your firm's potential and really get a lot more work through the door. I would love to have that call with you. And if you would like to, I would love it if you would leave a review for me in the bottom of this podcast. Hop down now and do it. It really does help, and I love to see who is listening in. Anyway, it was great chatting to you today. I hope that you have had a wonderful day, and we will see you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Scalable Law Podcast, brought to you by the Scalable Business Lounge. If you would love to know how you can get more clients without relying on referrals, head over to scalablelaw.com to watch my free masterclass. Until next time, you have got this.